Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here and welcome to a new TW video. Today something a little bit different. We're just going to be running through and explaining really the champions and title changes we've had for the pretty much near 4-year stint in the game we've had, pretty much in real life now. We're talking 16 months worth of play. As I say, the save did start the first day of TW's release, 2016's release. So yeah, I've been playing it pretty much consistently since. So thank you for Brian. It was his suggestion in the comment section. So yeah, it's definitely, it was always in the plan to get us done eventually. And yeah, just felt it was the perfect time after the Survivor Series pay-per-view. So I'm just going to go through all the championship belts we've got here that are active. As the any status one you can see here, we've bought pretty much title belts from everywhere we've been, everywhere we've pillaged. So we've got the likes of all the AIW, Japan Wrestling, CZW. We've also got all ECW previous titles. We've got GFW. So they then got a TNA in this. We basically took that as well. NCW in there. We've got the Progress. We killed off Progress. Sorry. We've got all their title belts. PWG are still there. We've got the Battle of Los Angeles in there as well. And the likes of the SWA, Scottish Wrestling Alliance, got their title belts. And of course the usual WCW and all the previous WWE championships that didn't quite make it. The likes of the Light Heavyweight Championship, which will never see the light of day again on the main roster. So we just go to active. As I say, we do have a lot of titles, trophies and that. So we'll go through them quickly. So our first tournament title was the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Of course, Mojo Rawley won in real life. When I did book my first WrestleMania, we gave it to Darren Young. We expected to be a big push for Darren Young, and he was on the cusp of the upper main event. He was close to the upper mid card, as I say, nearly made it to that main event scene, but just didn't click. And eventually, obviously, Darren Young was released. Big E then won it the following year. Big E got a big push to the main event. Really, creative has not been great for Big E, which has saw him dwindle back into the New Day, as obviously they're feuding against the Usos or the Samoan Legacy. Or whatever dynasty, whatever we're going to call them, as I say, obviously the faction of Jimmy, Jay, and of course Tama Tonga and Camacho. And then this year's winner, Marty Scurll. So he's had a good time with it, he's former Cruiserweight champion. Yeah, I just think the things are looking good for Marty Scurll. He should have a big push in the future. Next up is the Cruiserweight Classic. We've ran it twice. Neville's won it twice. The first year allowed him to be crowned King of the Cruiserweights, allowing him to take that gimmick. And the second year just echoing his dominance really, was to give him that big marquee match with Gran Metalik. So 2 wins out of 2 for Neville, and he's going for the hat-trick next year in the Cruiserweight Classic. We'll skip the WWE Championship until the end. Cruiserweight Championship, we've had quite a few champions. It's going to be hard to remember when half of these happened, but the first champion was Ricochet. He had a good run for a couple of months, 6 title defences before losing it to Kenny Omega, who lost the title just before WrestleMania. I believe he was cost by his rival at the time. It may have been AJ Styles, but I can't really remember. Will Ospreay winning the title, as I say, having it for a few months until SummerSlam, losing it to Neville. Neville had a very short run before losing it to Manny Andrade, before King Neville reclaimed it as the Cruiserweight Classic winner. And he had a good run up until the Royal Rumble this year. Shane Strickland caused the upset, although he was shocked by Ricochet, and he lost it without any title defences to the villain Marty Scurll before Gran Metalik came back from his injury and basically gained the championship for the first time. He's very over, so it made sense. You know, he's sitting quite high in the mid-70s, nearly the 80s there, so it was a natural choice at 31. Someone who won't have amazing mic skills, we're happy to keep him as the champion of that division. European Championship we brought back pretty quickly, just to really give another title on Raw in 2018. It was a case of basically we had a lot of guys going for the US title, and then there was another Gappa wrestler who wasn't quite ready. So we gave it to Austin Aries. It was just a real prop for him to start with. He was just defending it week by week, 16 title defences between the end of November and just after WrestleMania. Eventually lost it to Samoa Joe. He was going to go on a dominant run, but we screwed him out of the title so we could push him further up the card. Eddie Edwards had a good run for 2 months as champion before Adam Cole took it in August, has been champion since with 6 title defences, and it's really just building him up before we do push him for bigger and better things. The prestige of the championship has obviously not massively, obviously had no prestige at the start, so it was a 25, but a lot of title defences, got up to a B plus 85, has dropped a little bit, but it says a lot for the state that Aries and Joe were in. They were really high up in overness, which meant it was going to raise so high. IC title, quite a good few changes with that. We started, of course, with The Miz as champion as he defeated Zack Ryder the day after WrestleMania. He held the title until SummerSlam, before he lost it to Sami Zayn. Sami had a good run until January 2017, 16 title defences in there before Tyler Breeze picked up the belt. Yep, we actually had Tyler Breeze as the former champion. He lost it at WrestleMania to Apollo Crews, who lost it the night after to Alberto Del Rio, who then lost it 3 weeks later back to Apollo Crews, who had it for 10 months, a great run from April through to December, before losing it to the phenomenal AJ Styles, who had 9 title defences in a 5-month frame. He then put over Zack Sabre Jr. to give him his run with the belt to SummerSlam. And after that, Kenny Omega had up until Survivor Series before Sami Zayn captured the belt at WrestleMania. We then give it to Dean Ambrose. He won it off a thing at WrestleMania, sorry. Dean Ambrose had a good little run as champion. Then, of course, we had Jinder Mahal's rise up the division. He basically won it from Dean Ambrose. And it wasn't until the second weekend of October where he was distracted, allowing Sami Zayn to win. He had 1 title defence before Drew McIntyre became your new IC champion. So quite a few champions this year so far. I usually try and give everybody a 3-4 month title reign, or try and balance it out. So if somebody gets a 6-month title run, somebody may only have the belt for a month. What else was I going to say there? That was something important. I've just completely forgot. I say with Tyler Breeze, I did think we were onto something, but as I say, over time, it just did not seem to really click for Tyler, so he did kind of lose it from there. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I will say as well, in regarding title defences, I very rarely have title defences on TV. More so, the US and IC will get some occasionally, hence we see the 10 defences and 16 at places. Predominantly it'll be the odd tag match or a few other belts, but the main ones pretty much don't get defended on television. We've had 4 Money in the Bank winners. Like real life, I went with Dean Ambrose in 2016. Sami Zayn won it in 2017 to give him his underdog rise. 2018 saw Baron Corbin get his push to the main event, just a year after real life. And then, of course, 2019, when I was booking this, was the rise of Jinder Mahal. Just felt, let's give him Money in the Bank. And of course, we all know what happened after that in game. Rumble, we've had 3 winners. Felt like in 2017, unlike WWE, it was time to pull the trigger on Seth and allow him to win the title belt down the line. So he was the winner of the Rumble. John Cena in 2018, I just felt like the time was right to get him that main event slot again for his 3rd Rumble win. And 2019 saw Kevin Owens as the winner. And yeah, people might be pissed with how we go with 2014. It's not 2014, sorry, 2020. It'll be really interesting to see who wins it, and we'll see how people find that. It's already been decided. I do have my WrestleMania main events written down, but we're trying to work towards, and of course we'll let Survivor Series, so plans can change, but yeah, creatives decided who's going to win them. In the summer of 2017, similar to real life, we've done the brand split. This allowed us to bring a SmackDown's Women's Champion in. Paige was the inaugural one, with 4 title defences before losing the belt to Emma. Emma had a great run as champion, but unfortunately lost it at just after WrestleMania at the April pay-per-view, where Liv Morgan had it. Liv had a good run before losing to Asuka, who I felt was criminally underbooked, and basically that was proved when she lost the title within 2 months. Charlotte then had a run right up until the 4th week of April, doing well there, before Nia Jax, who was always destined to get 1 title run, had it for a couple of months. She lost it to Sasha. Sasha then lost it to Mia Yim, of course, because Sasha cashed in Money in the Bank on Nia Jax. That was Mia Yim's before she attacked her. And of course, that triple threat match just as Survivor Series, Kelly and English picking up the belt. As you can see there, we've not had 1 double champion yet, no one's had it twice. People who just deserve to get title runs, Asuka, Nia Jax, I say, probably will get another run with the belt. Liv Morgan's one of these ones we just need to find the right program for Liv. Jump into Tag Team Invitational, so basically our version of the Dusty Rhodes Classic. Motor City Machine Guns won it last year for a title shot. This year was the team known as DIY, so they've had their title shot, and yeah, some good teams have been in this tournament, and yeah, teams are trying to give a push in the future. Unfortunately, with Shelley and Sabin, one is on 205 Live, the other is not with us at all. Like real life, obviously, with two title belts, we also now have two tag team title belts. We brought back the SmackDown Tag Team Championships in December of 2017, so a good little bit. And then we had the Usos as champions right up until April. The Wolves had a good run up until October. Ola Kane only defended it 4 times, so it was basically pay-per-view by pay-per-view. Usos had it for a month. Then we had a fantastic title run from December to August for the Young Bucks. Only 6 title defences, maybe they should have defended it more. Then a good little run there for AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels. Your new champions are, of course, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. So looking forward to booking them as champions. There's big plans for these two in the future. We'll see how that goes down. The Trios Championship, not a well booked belt, if I'm honest. It was brought in as a prop to kind of give people an opportunity, more so meant for luchadors, but just really hasn't taken off. Hijikero, Kalisto, and Flamita were your initial champions. They had a good run back in 2017. That's actually mental to think that Kalisto and Flamita have been together for 2 years without doing anything, so we may see a breakup of them. They lost the championship belts after not really doing much for as a couple of months with it to the new modern Wyatt family, which of course was Strowman, Corbin, and Harper. They held the belts from November to February. We got a little Shield title run with Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns winning the belts there. They vacated it after an implosion of the Shield, and then it was Arhenis, Hargos, and Caristico as champions. They had it for quite a little time before losing it to the team of Rich Swann, Shane Strickland, and Jay Lethal. This is when we had the Rich Swann gimmick problems. They lost it to Trevor Lee and TM61, who got an opportunity, but one title defence in 6 months says a lot about the belts. They then lost it to the New Heart Foundation, Teddy Hart, Harry Smith, and Jack Evans. 3 title defences in 3 months was good. And then they lost it to the team of Tozawa, Ospreay, and Andrade, who held it up to SummerSlam. Unfortunately, they all fell out. New Day picked up the belts, but as I say, they've had it since. In fact, actually, there's been more champions. I've just missed out someday. Oh, yep, the Usos and Tama Tonga, or Tonga Uso, one title defence up until October. We've given it to the New Day since the second week of October. They've only had that one title defence a month ago. I just don't know how to book the title, if I'm honest. No point in lying. Next up is our title's had quite a few changes. That was the United States title. Kalisto was champion in real life when we started. He had it till the first pay-per-view where he lost to KO. The plan was a big program between KO and Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, I think, either KO get injured, I think, or something happened with Angle, which meant the quick title change to Kurt and then back to Kevin Owens to give him a second run to September, before he lost it to Cesaro, who had a good run up until December. Nakamura then had it for 4 weeks, so he done well before losing it to John Cena, who had the US Open Challenge with 10 title defences up until August of 2017. The Miz then had a great run from August to February, so that was quite a good run there. 6 title defences for the Miz. He's always a strong guy in this save. Cesaro won it back, but only had it for a month. It was basically Miz being cost by The Rock to set up their match. Cesaro then basically was in there to put over Baron Corbin, who had 8 title defences and a good run between March and August. He lost to Dolph Ziggler. Dolph I haven't really pushed, but we gave him a title just to get an opportunity to keep him happy, and a 5-week title defence, a 5-month title defence, 5 title defence, sorry, in the space of a couple of months before Bo Dallas. It was time to believe in Bo, and he held the belt from November right up until February. After he lost it to Ziggler again, just again to keep Dolph happy. It's his 3rd title reign from February to April. From then onwards, it was a chance for Rusev to smash Rusev Mashka. He held it from April to October, and Austin Aries had two title defences in 2 months, and he is your reigning champion. So you're quite happy with Double A as US champion. It's a good role for him. I don't think he's going to be WWE champion, but yeah, he's done well as a US champion. So moving on, Women's Championship. This one's had quite a few champions as well. So obviously the main one, it debuted the same time as this save, so it's basically its first inception was of course Charlotte, like real life. She held the belt until the third week in May, where it was like straight on Becky, because Becky Lynch is just amazing. So we gave her a good run. Becky also became the Women's Wrestler of the Year that year, and she held the title until SummerSlam before we gave it to Sasha. Sasha had it to Survivor Series before we gave it to Paige. So just making sure everyone got an opportunity. And Paige holding it to WrestleMania, where she lost to Becky again, and she dropped it in June back to Sasha. So she also had a second title run up until Survivor Series. But she lost it to Bayley. Bayley held it to WrestleMania that year before everyone's favourite wrestler in the whole wide world, Eve Marie, won it at WrestleMania, and to keep it until July, where she lost to Alexa Bliss, giving her an opportunity to Survivor Series 2018. A small run for Crazy Mary Dobson meant she kept the belt all the way through to WrestleMania before the dominant Dana Brooke won it in March and kept it to July. Bayley with a fluke win over her. She held it until a loss to Melissa, and of course, as much as I wanted to push Melissa, no one is as dominant, is over, and as strangely talented as Dana Brooke. Who would have thought that in real life? 85 overness in some places. It's sheer madness, it really is. The Money in the Bank, we've had 3 champions. Emma was the initial winner, Sienna Allison the following year, and Mia Yim the year after. Only one has cashed in, which was Emma. Mia Yim, of course, did not cash in, but she lost it when she was attacked and the briefcase was stolen. And we just wrote a storyline where gave Sasha an opportunity. Mia came back. Shine Tag Team Championships. When we bought them over, that would have been in December 2017. So Sami Zayn and Lady Ciampa were the last ones. Fire and Might was Becky Lynch and Dana Brooke. They had a good little run, 8 title defences between September and January this year, before Aika Ando and Arisa Nakajima had it up until September. So they had a great run, but only 5 title defences. Makes you think it maybe wasn't defended as well as it should have been, before the dominant Dana Brooke and Chris Wolf, who were trying to leech off of her overness, try and put Chris as close to the upper mid card as we can. World Grand Prix, of course, is our take on the initial take on the G1. We've then obviously changed it to a King of the Ring format. As you know, we've done 19 videos. Everyone had a first round match against each other, as John Cena won the first one, resulting in him winning his match and fighting, I believe, Bray Wyatt for the championship that year at Survivor Series. Daniel Bryan won it last year, and of course this year was Roman Reigns. So 3 stellar names as the winner, and that is why we're at an A-star 100. We'll skip out the World Heavyweight to the second last. Mae Young Classic we've had twice, Sasha winning last year, Charlotte this year, so 2 very, very good winners there. World Tag Team Championships, we'll skip through these as quickly as we can because there's been a hell of a lot of champions. Starting off with Big E and Kofi Kingston, we gave them a near 1 year title reign. Just 1 week before that 1 year, they lost the title belts to the Rise of the Sun, I think it was we called them at the time. Shinsuke Nakamura and Hideo Itami, just to put both these guys over. Small little run before they went their separate ways, before the Guns won it. They lost it at the Rumble to Gallows and Anderson, who lost it at WrestleMania to give Enzo and Big Cass their opportunity before revenge for the club members as they beat Enzo and Big Cass in July 2017. Small little run for the Vaudevillains. They had it through to Survivor Series, and that's probably the last time they won in 2017. But then finally had American Alpha up, and they were champions to February 2018 before losing to the Revival, who had a nice little 3-month title run. Then we had Mojo Bojo, everyone's favourite tag team of 2018. That's over a year ago. That is actually scary to think that Mojo Bojo were the team. They held the title belts up until September 2018, probably Night of Champions, before they lost to My Generation, Noam Dar and Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne's done good things since then. Noam Dar's pretty much done nothing in 2019, so that's worrying and maybe something we need to look at pushing on going forward. Champions after that were again the Revival till WrestleMania, so good little run for their second title run, where they lost it to Kofi and Big E. And the show after, Dawson and Dash won it back again, so they had their third title reign, taking them up to June of 2019. Small little run for the returning Hardy Boys, who got their 7th title run in a 2-month reign, before losing it to the Rhodes Brothers, who have only had 3 title defences, but have been champions since SummerSlam. So leads us on to the World Heavyweight Championship. Quite a few champions here since we brought it back, and we had the initial glitch, which basically gave John Cena an extra title win, so I had to try and kayfabe the way to make sure we still had 16 title runs. So we just made up a story in our head where he basically beat somebody but didn't really in game, but it counted as a championship. So he has 16 championships just now. Cena then lost the championship to Shinsuke Nakamura. So if I'm right in saying, how did we work it again? I think what actually happened was Shinsuke was the first champion, the World Heavyweight Champion, but to make up for John Cena getting that extra title run there that he shouldn't have for October 2013, we done the angle a bit further in the year, which I'll explain. So Nakamura won it, and he lost it to KO, where after KO won it, Sami Zayn cashed in Money in the Bank, which allowed, as I say, another title change. If I'm right in saying, Zayn lost it to Cena, or that was the plan, so Cena had the 16th title run in there, so it's all messed up my title reigns with that little glitch, but it is what it is. He's still at 16 title runs, so that's the main thing. Before Bray won it in December off of Cena. I think I booked it in game as Sami Zayn, Bray Wyatt, and John Cena, so then the title didn't officially change hands to Cena. Bray lost it again to Sami. Sami then defended it at WrestleMania against Randy and I believe others, but I don't think it lets you see the past matches. Fortunately it does not. But Randy Orton won it for the 4th time. Randy lost it to Dean Ambrose in July. Dean held it to September before losing it to Randy again. But in November lost it to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns got cashed in Money in the Bank by Baron Corbin, so this is the one that a lot of the Money in the Bank cash-ins have happened. So Corbin was your champion from November right through with a WrestleMania defence to June, where he lost out to Randy Orton again. Then Randy Orton, who had the championship for a belt, lost for a month, lost it to Baron Corbin. So it was kind of at that stage where I was just giving Randy a lot of title runs so he could get to the 16 as well. But that plan's been nixed. I did want to do him v Cena for the 17th reign. Not going to happen. But Baron Corbin had it again up until August. He was shocked by the world when Sami Zayn upset another champion to become a world champion for the 3rd time. And of course he then lost straight away because Baron Corbin beat him down. Jinder Mahal cashed in Money in the Bank, and then good little run for Jinder as champion, done well. It's going to hopefully be a Hall of Immortals one day, maybe another title run in the future. And he lost it to Dean Ambrose in that match last night. And last but not least, the WWE Championship. As you can see, I've not had a lot of champions. Considering that we're nearly 4 years into the game, I think there has only been 8 champions, is that right? Started off with Roman Reigns as champion in his first day. Kept him on the title belt until September, so it was a good little run there when he lost it to Dean Ambrose, cashing in Money in the Bank. Ambrose had it to November before we kicked on and gave it to AJ Styles, who had a good run from Survivor Series through to WrestleMania, where he lost the championship to Seth Rollins, the Royal Rumble winner. Seth then lost to Roman Reigns in June. Roman Reigns had a 1 year reign, going from the 3rd week of June, right up to the 3rd week of May the following year, before he was dominated by the one man who's just been destroying everyone, which was of course Braun Strowman. Strowman had a great run from May of 2018 through to December with 6 title runs. That championship run was amazing. He then tapped out to Daniel Bryan in December before losing that belt to Kevin Owens just after WrestleMania. KO had a good run from April of this year. It was a rematch after losing at WrestleMania because Owens was your Rumble winner. And in October, of course, that big 6 match, in fact, we can check that here. There's all your title defences there. That big 6-way match, which saw, a 5-way match, sorry, I should say, that saw Samoa Joe win the title at Hell in a Cell and become champion. You can see here, nearly everyone recently has been in 80 or 90. It's just, people always ask, like, how did I get my booking so good with such good ratings? You look at the previous, the title matches at the start, 70s, 81s, 79s. We had to build these superstars up and know what worked before it finally worked at Battleground. And then from then on, it was just a case of we knew who worked, we knew which stars were over, and we've always had successful title matches. Considering that's 4 years worth, that's not a lot of title matches there. Let's just look quickly at one wee thing I want to check. Our WrestleMania title matches. So we had Seth and AJ getting 87 at 33. Reigns and Cena getting 89 at 34. And last year 35. Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens getting 94. And of course we are on the way to WrestleMania 36 this year. So that is it for this episode, guys. It was just a rundown, as I say, just to let everyone know the story so far. Definitely nowhere near finished, I'll be perfectly honest, guys. At the rate this is going at, this saves pretty much carrying the TW 2019 if we ever get that game coming out. It's been fun, I'm enjoying it, it's the save I've had for the beginning, and I just want to keep building to the future, and yeah, making wrestling as unrealistic as possible, booking wise. But as always, guys, cheers for watching. If there is anything else you want to see, anything else within the universe, let me know. I can try and dig it out, make a little video on it. So just any ideas, we'll see what we can get done. Any comments on the series are deeply appreciated, how your own series are getting on. Any storylines you'd maybe like to see going forward heading into WrestleMania, do you feel could be a guy that could use a little bit of momentum going into the showcase of the Immortals? Let me know. And as I say, as always, thanks for watching, it's deeply appreciated. Remember, support the rest of the community and check out other guys' videos, which you can find in my featured videos suggestions bit. And of course, you can check out a lot of content on the Fantasy Bookers subreddit. A lot of links directly there will take you to the guys' videos and their channels as well. So thanks for watching, guys, much appreciated, and yeah, I shall catch you later. Bye bye.